In this video, you're going to be learning how to draft a notched collar jacket. So I'm going to be showing you guys the easiest and the most effective way of drafting a notched collar jacket. So if you are just joining me on this channel, then welcome to the channel. I'm Jamila of JSR, and let's delve straight into the tutorial. So first thing first is this. So I'm going ahead to get my, because when you are drafting a notched collar jacket, be it a notched collar jacket or a short collar jacket, you need an extra inches on top and by the side. Okay, so I went down by 6 inches. Okay, from the top line I went down by 6 inches. Okay, and I made a row like this. Now from the side I went in by 4 inches. So this place is going to be my center front. Okay, and this is going to be my center back. I hope you understand, right? So the next thing we need to do now is to get the length of our jacket. Now the length of the jacket is going to be starting from this line here. Okay, that is where the length of the jacket is going to be starting from. It's going to be starting from this line here. So the length of my jacket, I'm going to be making it 30. Okay, it's going to be like a short gown. Okay, so after doing that, you take the length for both the front and back. Then you use your hip measurements. Let's say my hip is 40. So 40 divided by 4 is going to be giving me 40 divided by 2 is going to be giving me 20. That 20 will be for the front and the back. So what did I do? I measured 20. That means your line, your measurement should start from this margin line here. Okay, your measurement should start from this margin line here. So what I did was I measured the 20, then I divided it into 2 to get my front and my back, and that was how I did to get this straight line here. I hope you guys understand. So now let's delve straight into the drafting proper. So after taking the length of your jacket and taking for both the front and the back, remember I said the measurement is going to be starting from this margin line here, not from the beginning here again, because this side is going to be for our collar, our button stand, and our lapel. Okay, so do next now is to get our vertical measurement. Now how do you get your vertical measurement? You get your shoulder to your chest line. Remember I said all your measurements is going to be starting from here. So you get your shoulder to your chest line. So my shoulder to my chest line, that is your bust divided by 4 by 6 plus 1.5 is going to be plus 1 point. Then what you have plus 1, so it's going to be giving me 8.5. So I'm going to be imputing my 8.5 here. Okay, I'm going to be imputing the 8.5 here. Now my shoulder to my waistline. Okay, so my shoulder to my waist is 17. So I'm going to be imputing the 17 here. So this is my shoulder to my waist. Okay, now my shoulder to my hip, I can decide to come here from the waistline. I'll come down by 9 inches. Okay, so you can as well measure your own from your waistline. Come down, measure from your waistline to your hip line. That will be your waist to your hip. So I'll go ahead now and I'll connect. Okay, so this is the waist, this is the chest line. Okay, now this is the waistline, and this is the hip line. Okay, this is the hip line. So we take our shoulder to our bust point. Okay, shoulder to bust point. Take your shoulder to your bust point only for the front. Okay, this side is going to be our center front. Then we'll mark it like this. Okay, so what we need to do next is remember I said the measurement is going to be starting from here. So my neckline, I'm going to be using 3 by 3 neckline. Okay, so this is the neckline. Then for the back neckline, I'm going to be using 3. Okay, I'm going to be using 3 by 1. A 3 by 1. Then you connect it. Okay, then by 1. Then for the shoulder, my shoulder is 15. Okay, so when divided by 2 is going to be giving me 7.5. Okay, for the front shoulder slope, I'm going to be coming down by 1.5. Then I'll connect like so. Okay, you can decide to come down by 1 inch, is fine. Now for the back, I'm going to be taking 7.5. Okay, then you come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope at the back. Then you are going to be connecting it like so. Okay, so once you do that, what you have on your shoulder line, you bring it here, 7.5. Make sure you are starting from this line, 7.5. Then you go ahead and do your back tightening for the back. Okay, so allocate the waistline and go in by, I'm going in by half of an inch. You can go by half inch or 0.75 is fine. Then I'll make my connection like this. Okay, then from the hip you go up by 1 inch, right? Then you make your connection like so. Okay, so this will help to eliminate any form of excesses around the center back area. So from this line, from this new line here, I'll take my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5. Then I'll connect it like so. Okay, then for the front, I'll do the same thing. I'm going to be connecting it like so. So on this line, on the chest, on this chest, on this armhole length, go up by 3 inches. Okay, go up by 3 inches, then come in by 0.75. Okay, then we are going to be connecting it like this. Up by 3 inches, right? And you come in by 0.75. Then you take your bust measurement. So your bust divided by 4 plus 1.5. Your bust divided by 4. Okay, you input the measurement, right? Then your bust divided by 4. You input your measurement, then plus half for ease. Okay, so what we need to do now is we are going to be connecting it like so. Okay, connect it like so. Now for the back as well, you take your tape here, okay, from the shoulder slope and divide it into 2 like so. Okay, then go in by half of an inch like this. Then what we need to do now is take your bust measurement. Okay, take your bust measurement plus half of an inch for ease. You can make use of it depending on how fitted or how loose you want it to be. That is what you need. That is what you need to take note of here for the ease. You can add 1 inch for your ease, so it's fine. Anyone you are comfortable with, you do with it. Okay, so I'm going to be connecting it like this. So when we do that, we move over to our waistline. Okay, so here is the waistline. So before we do the waistline, let's get our bust span measurement. That's our nipple to nipple. So the nipple to nipple measurement I'm working with here is 3.75. So I'm going to be taking it all the way down, 3.75. Okay, so I'll take it all the way down. It's a jacket. Okay, so we need that to go all the way down from your bust point. So I'll connect it like this. Okay, I'll connect it this way. Okay, so after doing that, we are going to be taking our waist dart, right? So I'm going to be using, you can make use of 0.5 inch 0.5 of an inch on both sides of your dart, or on both sides of your dart leg, or you can make use of 0.75. So I'm going to be making use of 0.75 here. Okay, then 0.75 here. Then on your hip line, your dart doesn't need to go to your hip line. So on the hip line, I'm going to be coming up by 2 inches from the hip line. Then I'll connect my dart from our bust point. I'll come down by 1 inch from the bust point. Then I'll connect the dart like so. Okay, I'll connect the dart like so. Okay, so we've done we've inputted our dart. So now let's move ahead and impute the waist measurement. So the waist I'm working with here, your waist divided by 4. Okay, so your waist divided by 4, you impute it, then plus this dart that is going at 1.5, you input your 1.5. Then you can as well go ahead and add half inch for the ease allowance. That is if you like. Okay, then for the hip, okay, my hip is 40 divided by 10 divided by 4 is 10. So this is what I have here. So everything is complete. So what I need to do here is, so what you have on your hip area, you bring it to the hem area. Okay, so after doing that, you just go ahead and connect. Okay, you can use your straight ruler here, connect like this. Okay, now connect like this, connect like this. Okay, so we are done with the front. So guys, we are done with the front. Okay, so now let's go ahead and work on the back. So I've gone ahead to take my bust measurement here. Okay, now we need to take our dart for the back. Now how do you go about the dart? So what I do is this. I'm going to be taking my nipple to nipple measurement. Okay, and it's going to be starting from this from here. Okay, So my able to nipple measurement is, I use 3.5. So I'll measure what I have here, 3.5. Okay. Then I'll measure from this end here, okay, which is 3 point, okay, approximately 4. So I'm going to be taking the 4 all the way down. Okay, I'll take the 4 all the way down like so. Okay, then I'll connect it like this. Okay, I'll connect it like this. So after making our connection like this, I'm still going to be using 0.75 for the dart. Okay, you can go ahead and make use of half inch here, half inch here. Okay, I'm going to be using 0.75 for the dart on both sides. That is making 1.5. Then on this chest line, I'll come down by 1 inch. Then I'll make my connection like so. Okay, I'll make my connection like this. Then on the, this is the hip, this is our hip line. So on our hip line, I'm going to be going up by 1 inch. Okay, then I'll make my connection like this. Okay, so after this is done, we can now go ahead now and take our waist measurement. So what I'll simply do is, because we are taking the same dart here and the same dart here, so I'll just measure what I have here. I'm having 8.75. I'll bring it here. That is from this back piping that we did. I'll bring it here, 8.75. So here is the 8.75. Okay, now my hip is 40 divided by 4 is 10. So everything here is complete. It's complete 10. So what I have on the hip line, you make sure you bring it on the hemline. Okay, so what that is done, you connect from your bust to your hip to your waist. Okay, connect from the bust to the hip to the waist, then connect from the waist to the hip line. Okay, connect from the waist to the hip line. So at this point, we are done with the lower parts. Okay, we are done with this part for now. So now let's go ahead and work on our collar. We're going to be working on the collar. So first thing first is to get our button stand. Okay, is to get our button stand. So how do you get your button stand? This is the center front line. So you just take like 1 inch all the way down to the hem. Okay, so I'll just take like 1 inch all the way down. So here this 1 inch will serve as our button stand. Okay, so I'll take 1 inch all the way down to the hemline. Okay, then I'm going to be connecting it, and I'm going to be connecting it like so. Okay, so I'm going to, then I'll go ahead now and bring and extend this here, right? So once that is done, we need to go ahead and determine our break point. Okay, that is where the button will start from. That is the break point, right? Let me just use that simple term. Now your break point can be on your waistline, it can be above your waistline, it can be on your underbust. So wherever you want your break point to be is basically your choice. Okay, and before we do that, we need to determine the length of our collar. We need to determine the length of our collar. Now, how do you determine the length of your collar? What you need to do is this: you will be making use of your neck line for the back, okay, to determine the length of your collar. So you measure what you have here. Okay, I believe you guys can see what I'm doing. You measure what you have here. Okay, you measure what you have here. I'm having 3.75. Okay, measure each round. I'm having 3.75. So when we determine it 3.7, that means the length of the collar here is going to be 3.75. So I'll measure it up. Okay, 3.75. And we are not going to measure it straight. Okay, let it be slanted a little bit. So 3.75. I'll measure it this way. Okay, then I'll this. So these are 3.75 here. Okay, so this here is the length. So what we need to do is this. Now you determine your break point. Okay, you determine your break point. So I'm going to be using 1 inch above my waist as my break point. Okay, so once you determine your break point, so you take your ruler, okay, and connect. Now here is our break point. Okay, we are making use of 1 inch above. We are making use of 1 inch above the waist as our break point. So you mark it like this, right? So when you mark it like that, you can now take your ruler. This is now the length of, this is now the length, this is where the length of our collar will stop. I hope you guys understand. So you will now take your ruler and connect from this break point here. Now you should start at the button stand, then you connect it all the way up like this. Okay, connect it all the way up like this. I hope you guys can see it. Okay, connect it all the way up like this. Okay, connect it all the way up like this. Then you go ahead now and remeasure the length of your collar, which is 3.75. Is 3.75. Okay, you measure the length of your collar, which is 3.75, like so. Okay, remember we took the length of our collar from what we have here, right? Then you go in by 0.25, either 0.25 or 0.5. Okay, so I'll go in by 0.25 here. Then I'm going to carry my ruler and have a curve like this. This will make the collar to relax well, right? So I'll have a curve like this. Okay, I'll have a curve like this. So this is going to be our new line. Okay, this is going to be our new line. So this line, we are not going to make use of it again. I hope you guys understand. So once that is done, we need to determine our lapel. That is how wide we want the lapel to be. So on this line, okay, on this button stand here, I can decide I'll go out by 2 inches. That is how wide I want my lapel to be. Then I'll connect it like so. Okay, I hope you guys can see it. I went out by 2 inches. You can go out by 2 inches, by 1.5, depending on how wide you want your lapel to be. So now the shape of the lapel is solely dependent on you. I hope you guys understand. So once you do that, you can go ahead now and make your connection like this. Okay, let me use my pen. You can go ahead and make your connection like this. Okay, you can go ahead and make your connection. That is to the break point here like this. So any which one that you want is fine. Okay, so let's say I want my lapel to be kind of a little bit kind of curvy. Okay, so I'll just take my ruler and just connect it like this. So any which way you want, like I said, is fine. Okay, and I'll just connect it like this. So you connect it to your breakpoint line. So this is our lapel. Okay, so once you've done this, the next thing you need to do now is you're supposed to use a 90-degree here, but I don't have it here at the moment. So what I'll do is this. I'll come up here by 0.75. Okay, come up here by 0.75, then make a connection. That is from this button stand line. Make a connection. That is, your line should be slanted. Make a connection from the button stand line. Okay, make a connection like this. Okay, make a connection like this. That I went up by 0.75. Okay, so maybe it's a notch collar. So this particular piece is going to give us a kind of a notch. Okay, make a connection like this. Once you make a connection like that, you stop at that point. Then you go ahead and determine the width of your collar. Okay, so you're starting from here. Okay, you're starting from here, so you determine the width of your collar. And when you are drawing your collar, it should not be straight. It should be like slanted like this. Okay, so I want the width of my collar to be around 3.5. Like I said, this part is solely dependent on you. Okay, then I'll go ahead now and mark it in a slanted manner. We're supposed to use a 90-degree ruler here. Okay, and mark it in a slanted manner. Please don't make it straight. Mark it in a slanted manner. Okay, let me just go ahead and you mark it in a slanted manner. So once you do that, you are going to connect this point to this point here. Okay, so you can go ahead and make use of a slightly curvy part. Connect it to this point here. Okay, connect to the point. So we are done with our shawl collar jacket. Okay, and we are done with the drafting of our core shoulder. So what we need to do is now if you don't want only the waist dart, okay, if you don't want only the waist dart, you can go ahead and make use of a shoulder dart or a princess armhole dart. Okay, so let's say I want to make use of a shoulder dart. What I need to do is this. I'll just mark what I have from here to this is the shoulder line. Okay, divide it and get the midpoint. So here is the midpoint. Then I'll go ahead and just make my connection like this to have a shoulder dart. Okay, make my connection like this to have a shoulder dart here. Then I'll cut out. Then even for the back as well, if I want to have a shoulder dart, I can go ahead now, mark what I have from this neck tip to this part, divide into 2. Okay, divide it into 2, then mark it out like this. Okay, so this is our shoulder dart. So we can now go ahead and cut. I'll show you guys how to cut this. So if you want to cut it, this is how you want to start cutting it. Okay, so this is our lapel, and make sure you label it. Okay, make sure you label. This is the neckline. Okay, this is the neckline base. Okay, this is so that you not get confused. Okay, so this place you can, when you want to cut it, you cut it on fold. Okay, cut it on fold, right? So then you are going to be notching this part.
Okay, this is where the notch collar will be, so you're going to make sure that you mark out that part. Okay, then we'll go ahead now and cut out. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting out here like this. So you're just following what we have here. So we are going to be having different pieces. Okay, so you cut out here. Like this for those that will be confused on how to cut, right? So cut out the backs here. Okay, then you cut out here. Okay, so this is the front. These are lapel. These are color, I mean. Okay, so this one is going to be something like this. We are going to be having something like this. Then this one will just come in. Okay, so this is the notched part, right? So let's cut out the back. Okay, so we are done. Okay, so this is the back. Okay, so this is our back. So the back is going to be cut. The center back is going to be cut 2 on fold. Okay, 2. Okay, then this is the front. Make sure you label it. Okay, side front, so that you not end up mixing the side front and the side back together. Okay, side back. Okay, center back. Make sure you label. It's very important. Okay, so this is our collar and this is our lapel. So we have come to the end of this class. Thank you for staying up till this time. So I'll be seeing you guys in the next video, and if you haven't subscribed up to this moment, please do well to subscribe, okay, and turn on your notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. Okay, so I'll be seeing you guys in my next class.